Hi everyone, I hope you had a great weekend. Today we're going to learn how to draw a barn owl, and this one was requested by Grace. Hi Grace. So I'm going to pass the camera over to Millie. This is what we're going to learn how to draw, and I'm going to get started. You can use markers or colouring pencils, anything like that to do this, but I'm going to just draw it in markers so that you can see properly on the camera. As always, I would recommend starting with pencil, and that way you can rub out if you make any mistakes. Okay, I'll put this one over here. First thing we're going to do is start with our owl's face shape. So owls have kind of heart-shaped faces. So our owl is kind of looking off to the side. So we're going to do one side of our heart quite big and the other one ever so slightly smaller on this side. And then we're going to do a kind of a jagged line down the middle of our heart, like a broken heart. Can you see that? And then we're going to draw his beak. So if you do a little curve and then a little beak shape like this, you've got your beaking. And then we're going to do his eyes. So owls have like a little line coming up from their beak up to their eyes. So if you draw a shape like that on this side, because we've got a smaller eye on this side because it's further away from us, and then we're going to go in with a little eyelid, so we just trace that part and then down like that to join in our line, and then we're going to give it two highlights, 1, 2, and colour it in black. But we're going to leave our eyelid blank for the moment because that's going to be orange when we finish. Okay, we're going to do the same on this side with our line coming up at an angle, and it's going to be a slightly bigger eye on this side. So we're going to come out and back in like so, and then we're going to give it an eyelid.
A P and a Q.
Yeah, very good, a P and a Q, good idea. And then we're going to fill it in with black again. Can you see that? And I'm actually going to curve mine out ever so slightly so that it looks more realistic. What do you think?
Great.
It's a heart with eyes at the moment. Now, the next thing we're going to do is trace a line around the outside of our heart. And the reason we're doing that is because barn owls in particular have this wavy line of feathers all the way around their face. Now you don't have to put that wavy line in yet. You can wait until you're colouring it, but I'm just putting it in just to show you.
Get a reference photo.
You can get a reference photo, that's what I would recommend. Okay, let's get his belly in next. So you're going to come down from about halfway down your heart on this side. Do a little curve like this, and then come down for a belly like so. So it's not too big a belly, just a little bit of a curved line. And then up on top of its heart, we're going to do a gentle slope all the way around his head like that, like a little hood. And then we want to come down here to start giving him a wing. Now, when I was doing this with everyone earlier on, they kind of found this a little bit tricky, didn't you? So I'm going to think of a better way to do this. So rather than bringing this the whole way down, what we're going to do is come, see underneath the point of our chin here. If we do a dot just under there, and what we're going to do is do a curve between the belly and the front back of the wing here. Do a point on it like this, and then come back up to meet the back of his neck here. And then what we're going to do is draw one other point here, bring that up to here like that, because owls have really big wings, so we want to give them a few different wings. And then we're going to draw his foot. So to do his foot, owls have really big claws, and the reason that they have such big claws is that they are birds of prey. And what that means is they like to catch mice, field mice, and other small bats and birds and things. So I'm going to give my owl 4 claws. Now, did you see how I did that? So I did a curve down this way, added a little toe here and another one here, and I gave little jagged bits to look like feathers and added claws. The next thing I'm going to do is draw a kind of squashed circle, and that's going to be the top of the log that this owl has landed on.
You don't have to do a log.
No, you could do a tree trunk or whatever you wanted, and all I'm doing then is just kind of joining his tail to his wing. Next thing we want to do is just give him a few more wings. So if we start doing kind of like little marks like this, and adding wings onto his back. And then he starts to become more realistic. Now, we're going to go move on to the colouring now. So I've got my pale blue here, and I'm going to use this for his face. Now, as Millie said, it's a good idea when you start to do the colouring of your owl to get a reference photo so you can have a look online. Just if you Google barn owl. And what I'm going to do is, see coming out from this line here, you might not be able to see because it's very pale. I'm going to do lots of lines coming out from all angles to meet the side of its face.
And they're squashed together on that side because it's skinnier.
Yeah, and then on this side, they're going to be a little bit wider. And it just makes it look like he's got a feathery face, because they do have very feathery faces. I'm also going to use my blue just to fluff up his belly a little bit, like that. And then I'm going to go for my orange. Can you see my orange? Yeah. And I'm going to colour in his eyelid orange, trace around that line there. I'll move my hand and colour in his beak.
You can use pencils as well.
You can use pencils. I'm also going to colour in his toes orange, like that. And then I'm going to grab my brown. I'm going to get Millie to raise that because you can't really see. Just leave it there for now, Millie. And then you're kind of going to do that little fluffy line inside your heart. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And also put a few dots up on his head up here. Then what you're going to do is, barn owls have lovely markings on their wings. So they're brown, they're also grey, and there's a little bit of yellow in there too. So I'm going to do mine really messily but quickly so you can get an idea of how to do it. So I've gone in with my brown, and then I'm going to add my grey, and my grey is going to be all up on his head, coming down into his wing like so. In here and there, and then just to blend it all together, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow and a little bit of orange. My markers are running out. I'm going to have to get some new ones. And then, just to make him look ever so more realistic, go back in with your black marker and you're going to add some little dots onto his feathers. And then you are done. And you have one beautiful owl. So I'm going to show you the one that I finished again. And you can give him a really nice background, maybe put some stars and things in it as well. Okay guys, enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video.